Hello and welcome to Halal Awareness Training. Before we begin, I would like to give a brief introduction of myself. My name is Saifuddin Abdullah. Currently, I'm working as food safety consultant and trainer at James Quality Consultants. I have extensive experience in this field and been working closely with government agencies to help food-related businesses to obtain Halal certificate and providing trainings for their staff. This session provides a deep dive into the essential concepts of Halal, exploring the intricate steps needed for Halal certification, the preparation processes, and the global economic impact of Halal products. Participants will examine the distinction between Halal and non-Halal products, understanding their significance in both religious and secular contexts. This session also covers the historical origins of Halal, its religious sources, and practical applications in food and other industries. Topics such as Halal certification, slaughtering accordance to with Islamic law, Sharia, and the growing significance of Halal in global trade will be explored in detail during this session. The session objectives. By the end of this session, participants will grasp the fundamental concepts of Halal and understand the religious, cultures, and commercial importance, and learn the specific requirements and steps involved in obtaining Halal certification for products and services, and analyze the differences between Halal and non-Halal products, gaining insights into their impact on global food industries. Also, participants will understand the origins and preparation process of Halal food in compliance with Islamic law and explore the benefits of Halal certification, including ethical, health, business advantages, while focusing on global Halal economy. And participants will gain a thorough understanding of slaughtering practices as prescribed by Sharia. Sharia, this is Islamic law. Halal economics. The global Halal market is expected to reach 9.71 trillion USD dollar. Knowledge about Halal foods and drinks will make you better prepared to comply with Halal requirements and work in Halal food industry. This session is mandatory for working in Halal related businesses. Key concepts of Halal. What is Halal? Halal is an Arabic word, indicates what is permissible under Islamic law. This is the meaning of halal. Halal is the term used in Islam law to describe what is permissible. This term is often used in the context of food, meaning that the food is allowed according to the Islamic Sharia law. The opposite term for halal in Arabic is haram. Haram also Arabic word which signifies prohibited or forbidden. According to Islamic law, Muslims are prohibited for consuming haram food and drinks. Significance of halal. Halal food is central to the Islamic way of life, reflecting the adherence to the religious dietary laws. The practice emphasizes cleanliness, safety, and ethical treatment in food production. Importance of halal foods. Halal food is essential not only for religious reasons, but also for its perceived benefits in terms of health, safety, and ethical sourcing. Halal products are believed to be cleaner, safer, and healthier, making them appealing to the wider audience beyond the Muslim community. The global halal industry continues to thrive as a major contributor to global economy. Halal food is central to the Islamic way life. Muslims, they only need to follow the Sharia law. Reflecting adherence to the religious dietary laws, these practices emphasizes cleanliness and ethical treatment in food production. Why halal foods? Islamic law permits the consumption of halal food only when specific conditions are met. Animals must be slaughtered according to the Islamic guidelines. All animals, they must be slaughtered according to Islamic guidelines, ensuring humane treatment and proper processing. Foods must be free from prohibited haram ingredients such as pork and alcohol, and also halal products are valued for their ethical standards and emphasis of health and safety, qualities that are increasingly attracting non-Muslims consumers as well. Halal beyond the Muslim world. While halal words are a requirement for Muslims, they are also becoming popular among non-Muslims due to the high standards of hygiene, food safety, and ethical concentration. So as I said, that non-Muslim also they are consuming halal food. A study conducted in Malaysia showed that halal food is gaining popularity among non-Muslims consumers, with factors such as food quality and safety being key factors. Because of the food quality and safety, non-Muslims also consuming halal food. Haram food or prohibited materials as per the Sharia or Islamic rules. Islam forbids the consumption of following haram items. The first thing, carrion. This is dead animals. Dead animals are haram in Islam that were not properly slaughtered, including halal animals that weren't slaughtered according to the Islamic law. Even if the halal animals not slaughtered according to the Islamic law, it will considered as haram. Blood also, it is haram for Muslims. Consuming blood from any sources is strictly prohibited for Muslims. Swine and pork, all forms of pork and its derivatives are forbidden for Muslims. Animals slaughtered in the name of other deities. Meat from animals not slaughtered in the name of Allah is haram. Also, alcoholic beverages and intoxicants are explicitly prohibited under Islamic law. Animals with pointed teeth or claws also they are prohibited. Predatory animals are forbidden to consume, though seafood in generally halal. Halal food certification process. Halal certification process is the process whereby a credible and compliant certifier confirms that company's products and or services comply with halal standards and requirements. A halal certificate confirms that a product permissible or acceptable under Islamic law. They will give you this certificate if you are following the Islamic law. The certification process is based on good hygiene practices. So during this will be checked during the certification process. They will check the good hygiene practices and appropriate system of risk assessment. You need to do risk assessment for the ingredients and the materials and so on. And management that ensures compliance with Islamic Sharia rules. Halal certificate duration. The validity period of halal certificate depends on the country where it was issued, and it can be valid for 1, 2, or even 3 years. During this period, certification authorities conduct a periodic monitoring of companies to ensure that they maintain the halal system as directed by Islamic Sharia. Who issues halal certificate? The halal certificate is issued by accredited halal conformity assessment body, locally or internationally. Establishments seeking halal certification must apply to an accredited conformity assessment body. So, for example, to export halal products to a particular country, the certification body that issues the halal certificates must be acknowledged and authorized by the country. So, who issues halal certification in UAE? Here we have IAC. This is government body. It is Emirates International Accreditation Center, and ESMA. This is also government body, National Accreditation Authority of the UAE, are the official government bodies issuing accreditation to halal certification in UAE. So for instance, if you want to export halal products to Gulf Council countries, the halal certificate must be comply with the Gulf regulation and standard specification for halal products. Halal food standards. Halal standards vary by region, with different governing bodies overseeing compliance. Here in UAE, we are following these standards. The first standard, Gulf Cooperation Council, GSO 255 1 2015. This is governs halal food handling across the entire supply chain. And also we have standard number 2, GSO 993 this standard outlines slaughtering requirements according to Islamic rules. And standard number 3, this is Organization of Islamic Cooperation, OIC, SMIIC 2019. This established general requirements for halal foods. And also standard number 4, OIC, SMIIC 24 2020. This provides guidelines for halal food additives. Halal preparation process control. This is our next topic. It is important to keep all halal items that are displayed or served separate from non-halal items to avoid mixing or contamination. This is very important. And any items that come into contact with non-halal substance are considered to be haram and shouldn't be consumed. So that's why separation is very important. Next, food preparation and cooking. The halal industry has expanded beyond food and drink, attracting both Muslims and non-Muslims with integrated, clean, and pollution-free production methods. So when preparing halal food, it is important to keep in mind the following points. The raw materials or ingredients used should not contain any non-halal components. This is the first point. Additionally, they must be free from any contaminants that may render them non-halal compliant with halal requirements. And as we said, segregation of halal and non-halal is very important because of the cross-contamination. Slaughtering according to Sharia law. So slaughtering involves the cutting the animal across its neck, blooding it to enable the butcher to skin, clean, and prepare the meat for human consumption. In practical terms, slaughtering means removing as much as animal blood as possible before skinning and processing, as blood is a conducive environment for microbial growth. Next, key or hygiene and sanitization. It is important to ensure that the cleaning materials and chemicals used in halal food industry are free from non-halal substances like alcohol. The percentage of alcohol allowed in detergents varies from country to country. In countries like UAE, 0.1% alcohol is allowed if it is used for sanitizing process. Therefore, before purchasing cleaning materials, it is important to verify the alcohol percentage is allowed in your country. Hygiene and sanitation. This is continued. For business that produce both halal and non-halal products, it's essential to keep the halal cleaning tools separate from non-halal ones and label them clearly as restricted to halal areas because of avoiding any mixing. To avoid or to prevent cross-contamination and ensure that the halal products remain truly halal. Requirements for halal food processing. So these requirements should be followed during the processing. All ingredients must be from halal sources and processing must be checked according to Islamic rules and regulations. Final compositions must be checked if there is involvement of any alcoholic products during processing. Packaging material should not contain any haram ingredient, and cross-contamination must be avoided. Separation is very important, and equipment must be washed with permissible chemicals. This should be followed during the processing of halal food. Now our session has ended and we covered the basic principles of halal, the halal certification process, the distinctions between halal and non-halal, and also the processing of halal food and slaughtering according to Islamic law. Thank you so much.